I'd like to officially call to order the regularly scheduled Planning Commission meeting of August 6th. Let the record reflect that all commissioners are present. And with that, I will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Put your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. This is the time for public comments to address the commission on matters not on the agenda and within the jurisdiction of our commission. Until further notice, we encourage members of the public to submit e-comments to planningcommission@lakeforestca.gov or leave a voicemail message by calling 949-461-3456. E-comments will not be read at tonight's meeting, but will be distributed to the Planning Commission prior to any action being taken. Voicemail messages submitted prior to 5 p.m. today will be played at tonight's meeting and are limited to 3 minutes per item. Comments received after said time will be made part of the official public record of the meeting. Madam Commission Secretary, have we received any voicemails intended for public comment?
I have not received any.
All right, this is the time for the commission to consider matters listed under the consent calendar, which includes item 1. Do any commissioners wish to discuss this item, or is there a motion to consider this item?
Motion to approve staff consent calendar.
I'll second that.
All right, and with that, please vote. I'm going to take this out because I can't breathe.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Now we will address item 2, which is under public hearings. Community Development Director Gail Ackerman will introduce this item.
Item 2 is a use permit and plan sign program for a new drive-through car wash with self-service vacuum stalls located at the Heritage Hill Plaza Shopping Center. We were informed earlier this week that the applicant has withdrawn this application, so we will not be holding a public hearing on this item.
Okay, do we need to do anything since we never closed the public hearing at the last meeting?
That's a good question, Chair. I would suggest closing the public hearing and actually, the item has been withdrawn.
So
It's a
there's no
moot
point at
issue.
this point. Okay.
I don't think the commissioner needs to take any action on this.
All right, excellent. So it has been withdrawn, and with that, we will open the public, we're moving on to item 3.
Item 3 is a use permit to establish a members-only fitness training facility. And Ron Santos has a staff report this evening, and the applicant will be joining us virtually.
Good evening, Chairman Barras and members of the commission. This is a use permit application to establish a 3,200 square foot member-only fitness training facility in an existing multi-tenant building at the Spectrum Point Business Park, which is northeast of the Bake Parkway Trabuco Road intersection. The proposed facility would provide group training for up to 8 people at a time, exercise plans, and chiropractic care. The use would generally operate between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. with shorter hours on the weekends. The proposed use is consistent with the site's business park general plan land use designation, which provides for a wide variety of commercial and industrial uses. In addition, the use is allowed under the light industrial zoning applicable to the property and is consistent with the applicable zoning regulations. The code does not provide a specific parking standard for this use and instead provides for the Planning Commission to determine the appropriate parking standard on a case-by-case basis. In order to assist the Commission with determining the appropriate standard, the applicant submitted a parking study prepared by K2 Engineering. The study concludes that the 10 parking spaces corresponding to the tenant space on an as-built square foot basis will be sufficient to accommodate the 12-person occupancy limit imposed by the applicant's business plan and the recommended conditions of approval. Staff agrees with the conclusions of the study and notes that the business park generally appears to have a large surplus of parking with the current mix of uses and notwithstanding the pandemic. Staff is also recommending conditions of approval that would require the business to operate consistent with the applicant's submitted project narrative, that a 15-minute interval between classes be required to minimize the potential for parking impacts to adjacent businesses, and restrictions that limit the chiropractic care component to an accessory use. Subject to these conditions, staff is recommending approval of this use permit. That concludes staff's presentation. To date, we have not received any public comments on this item. And as Ms. Ackerman mentioned, I believe the applicant, Mr. Andrew Goldstein, is available for any questions you have. He had indicated before the meeting that he didn't necessarily have anything planned to speak, but he's available should the commission have questions.
And just to be safe, I don't remember if I said it or not, but we did open the public hearing for this item. So it is open. Do any commissioners have any questions of the applicant or staff on this item? Okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering with regards to the COVID situation that we have here, is this considered a gym? So essentially, it wouldn't be able to be opened until such time as the restrictions are off, or is this a different kind of a situation?
I believe you're correct that that would be the case, although currently you might be aware that the city recently approved a new program to allow business to operate outside with a permit, a no-charge permit that would allow businesses to go out into the parking lot, potentially with a tent or a canopy, and to occupy some of the parking. And so I haven't had any discussions about that with the applicant. I'm not sure what his intent is. As you may have read in the staff report, there are some tenant improvement work that he's planning. So he would need to get a building permit, do that construction. So it might be some time before he's ready to operate in any case.
Oh, okay. So I guess I could ask the applicant, would the plan be to, if it's ready to go, to operate outdoors, or would we just be waiting until such time you could operate indoors?
Certainly.
Yeah, hey, this is Andrew Goldstein. Yeah, if we were ready to go with COVID restrictions, we would find a way to operate outdoors. But like Ronnie alluded to, we do have some TI improvement work that'll take us into the fall.
Okay, great.
Do we have any other questions on this item? All right, seeing no further questions, I would like to entertain a motion to close the public hearing and then consider approving the item as recommended by staff.
I'll make a motion to approve staff's recommendation. And close the public hearing.
I'll second that.
All right, and with that, please vote.
Motion passes unanimously.
All right. And with that, we move on to director comments. Does Director Ackerman have any comments?
I just have one comment. As Ron mentioned, the city council approved the emergency temporary outdoor promotional permit, and so we've had quite a number of applications come through. So as you travel around the city, you'll see some of our businesses that are happy to be operating outside. We have a collection, we have nail salons, restaurants, retail uses, and we do have a fitness use that will be out there. And we've seen that most cities in Orange County in California are allowing similar programs, and so we're seeing especially the fitness uses start to come out now. And that's my only comment.
All right, awesome. Does City Attorney have any comments?
Thank you, Chairman. No comments today.
All right, awesome. And moving on to commission member comments, Commissioner Armando.
Just that we've had dinner at several of the establishments in Lake Forest, and they're really nice outside and they're adapting very well. So we'll continue to do that and try some new places as well.
All right, thank you. Commissioner Carney.
No comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Lennon.
No comments.
And Vice Chair Fuentes.
Well, I'd just like to say I look forward to having our community back in here soon. It's really lonely. We've never really had a real sellout, but it's really odd not having you all here. So hope you're back soon.
And I myself have no comments. I just want to thank staff for making everything run so smoothly tonight with everything going on, and for the applicant being willing to be on the line to speak even without him being able to be present in the room. So with that, I adjourn this meeting, and our next regular meeting is scheduled for September 3rd.